I'm referring to, I want to start off with covering is this United CEO assassination, the New Orleans automobile attack, and the Vegas Tesla truck bomb. And I'm going to tell you right now that these were all staged, planned events. And why? I don't know. That is a great question. But, and like, what's the evidence? Okay, let's start with the first one. The United Healthcare CEO event. You can all look into this. I haven't looked into it too deeply yet. This is my first gut feeling when I heard about it. It was like, oh, this was like a staged, planned thing. And I have heard from someone that if you examine the photos they released of the suspect closely, it appears to be two different people. And a couple, in one instance, between one photo and another. And that's always something to look for. They've done this in the past with, years ago, there was a shooting of I think it was a North Carolina man in a green t-shirt in a park. They shot him in the back. And they released photos of two totally different men. Years ago, there was a plane crash at SFO, a Korean airline plane. They released photos of two different planes. They left it, like, leave these little breadcrumbs for you and do this stuff right in your faces to see if you'll catch on. Or just they always like to leave evidence of the lie, if that makes any sense. And I think it's kind of like one of those like serial killers that wants to get caught, you know. They want you to know the truth. In fact, I understand that it's part of like some universal law that they have to tell us what they're doing to us, and we have to agree to it. There has to be complacence, consent. And so as long as you're complacent, that constitutes consent, and they can keep fucking with us, you know. Another thing I noticed was the footage of the actual shooting was like perfectly framed, where he stopped perfectly in frame, just like an actor hitting his mark, you know, raised the gun and shot. And of course, like that brand new like $300 backpack looked a little suspect and obvious. And I don't know. So there's not a lot of evidence there. It was more just like a gut feeling thing. But check out the photos and see if I'm big to different people. I haven't looked into that yet. And so next we had the Bourbon Street thing, which now they're saying this guy was wanted to join ISIS, or had joined ISIS, or whatever. Which ISIS is totally a creation of, you know, the Western powers, the CIA, the Illuminati, whatever, and the what do they call it? The deep state. You know, all this stuff. So anytime you hear ISIS, you already know who's behind it. So what's the goal there? I don't know. That's a good question. But they just like to create chaos. They have a theory called order out of chaos, which they symbolize with 7-7 or 777. They also love the number 13, as I said in the earlier video. They said, what do they say? 10 dead, 30 injured. If you take out the zeros, that comes out to 13. And the next one, most recently, was this Tesla truck attack, which also is highly suspicious. And they were kind of being kind of mellow with their events these last couple of years, it seems like. But they're back at it, and now we've got these record-breaking winds hitting Southern California. I pray they don't start with the laser fires again. They're talking about gusts of up to 100 miles an hour. Talking about, a dome. Like, let's talk about weather modification. They have the capacity to modify weather. They've been doing it for years. They can create higher pressure systems. They can create low pressure systems. They can create and strengthen or weaken, if they wanted to, hurricanes. So they better not start with that laser fire shit again. Oh man. Anyway, it's all good, because you know what? The worst thing that happens is that you die, and then no one really dies, because we are eternal divine beings of light Thank goodness.